Savage Cut.
We have to fund our police. You know, we've gotten, I mean, for crying out loud, they actually had people who are defunding the police. You go to Oregon right now, I went and it's
Real talk, no filter on Savaged Unfiltered. Savaged.
By the name of Frederick Brown, the founder of SARELIX Cigars up there in Brooklyn, New York. Welcome in, Frederick. How's it going, buddy?
Thank you very much. And not to correct you, but it's the name of the company is SARELIX Accessories. SARELIX Cigars is
SARELIX.
My Instagram.
Okay.
What
okay.
We are is, it's okay, no problem. What we are is we're a cigar accessories firm company. We sell travel, luxury humidors, pokers, cutters, lighters. We've been doing this for the last 2 years, and it's been a great ride.
Yeah. So sorry about that. I see SARELIX cigars and accessories. I looked at the website, and they're a pretty big umbrella. So tell us a little bit about how you got into it, or how it found you, so to speak.
So I've been smoking cigars since 2009. I'm more of a serial entrepreneur. I've done it all. I've sold pots and pans. I've done real estate. I've tax liens, everything. And I was conversing with a young lady who was doing consulting, and I was kind of telling her about the world of cigars. And she was like, well, that's a nice cigar case you have. Where'd you get it? And I said, well, I got this from like Amazon, I believe. And she was like, how come you don't sell your own? And I was like, a light bulb just went off, and the rest is history. So I did a lot of research. I went to, I just wanted to get stuff that nobody else had.
Yeah.
And I think that was more and I just did a lot of research, and I found some really good vendors, both, domestically and international, that I've been working with. And I've more or less, in the 2 years, I've narrowed it down to like 4 vendors that I'm hopefully with for life until, something goes wrong or somebody else comes along better.
Yeah, I see that. Some nice stuff, by the way. The case and a lot of things I've seen on the website that you're featuring. Yeah. Has the I'm originally from Queens, New York, originally. So my question is, I know there's certain sections there in New York City that shows a huge presence for cigars. Was Brooklyn always one of them, or because I've seen a couple sections of New York, mainly like maybe parts of like Lower Manhattan, a little bit of Long Island, but has Brooklyn always been that key presence of the cigar industry?
I think we're getting there. I think, I'm sure the standard history of cigars, older white men smoking cigars, drinking bourbon after, these multi-million-dollar deals. And I think that it just became a lot more inclusive maybe over the last 20 years. You have a lot more African Americans, especially black females who smoke cigars. Large influx, say in the Bronx, of the Latinos are the primary owners of the cigar lounges out there. Here in Brooklyn, there are, I'd say, two actual cigar lounges: Brooklyn Blue Smoke and Crown, and then there's also Davidoff's, which is a national chain. But we're getting there. It's just it's just a way of enjoying yourself. When you smoke a cigar, anybody that ask them, they smoke a cigar during that time, all problems go away. And it's just a great way to meet people.
Yeah, I see that. And tell us a little bit about this ebook. I noticed that you have an ebook there on the website there. History of
Yes. It's an ebook that I've worked with. I worked with some company that we got together, And it's more or less about the different types of cigars, the different, the history of cigars. And,
I see the history,
etiquette.
the etiquette of cigars, so to speak. I mean, that's what it says: the history and etiquette of cigars, and that.
Yes.
That's available, guys. If you go over to SARELIX cigarstore.com, you can find that up on the very, very top part where it says ebook. It's right next to the home section. And interesting stuff. Now, that's only available in ebook, right? It's not available in softcover.
Yes.
I'm being told.
No, it's only available in ebook, but I've had people say that it's for them, it's better in ebook. They get to, they'll read it on the train, they'll read it on the plane, while they're waiting at a doctor's appointment. So it's a little more, I guess, convenient for them.
Savage.
Now does this ebook? Sure, I was going to ask if I may chime in. Does this ebook usually open people up a little bit more to cigars to to have them understand, like the I guess you could say the opportunity to a cigar if people are not aware of cigars?
You'll be surprised. There's people that I've had people that purchased it, customers that purchased it, and that never knew like the type. Like one of the types of cigars is a torpedo. It's called a torpedo because it looks like an actual torpedo, and people would say, "Oh, I never knew that," or like the different styles. It's not uncommon for people not to be as historically knowledgeable, but you can still, you might enjoy a certain brand, but you don't know the type, in full detail.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, you gotta you gotta kind of go through loops and bounds there sometimes in any industry. So I mean, it's interesting. I'm looking at a lot. I mean, you guys do feature a lot of different things, a lot of different products. I went onto your shop now section where you have a lot of accessories. The cigar wallet seems to be pretty well put. There's a genuine leather travel. What's that?
Yes, the cigar wallet is very big with females. It's
Oh yeah, that seems to sell with the females. I see. Yeah, that's a good thing, right? I mean, now speaking of females, does these accessories, like you just mentioned, it does well with females. Does it sell more towards the female base than the male base? Because I find that interesting.
I would say the smaller cases. So like I have the aficionado that you see on my on the website. I would say the aficionado and the cigar wallets are more popular with females, whereas the logo, which has my company logo on it, and the artisan, which gives you a free, you can have your name or your initials on it or whatever, your company name, whatever you want on it. Those more are geared toward men. Women like compact. The aficionado has a handle, so it's easy for them to carry. The wallet, the cigar wallet, they can put in their purse, they can put in their clutch. It holds 2 cigars perfectly. It holds their credit cards, cutter, and cash. So it's for them. It's a little more compact and practical.
Yeah. I mean, I could hear the music in the background. I mean, it seems like you guys kind of lean towards like that classical type of vibe, right? As people come in, I guess to your store or something. Do they feel comfortable as they hear that music? Is that the approach that you're trying to deliver there?
Well, the music you're hearing, if you're hearing jazz, I'm at Davidoff's of Brooklyn, which is one of my favorite cigar lounges that I come to. So they, it's a very nice setting. Sometimes when I want to just come in early, get some work done, I come here. And
okay. So you're at that lounge there. I was assuming you're there at the shop, and I'm like, oh wow, like he's got the classical music. So I mean, maybe that's the touch there. But I mean, it seems like you're a classical guy. Tell us a little bit about the shop. So when people come in, what's the type of vibe, since I'm on that topic there? What's the vibe as they come into the presence there?
So since I've had my website, since I've opened the company, this is like my 6th variation of my website. I'm always trying to have it where it's inviting to everybody. Like I treat a person that's never smoked a cigar the same equal as I would somebody that's been smoking cigars for 30 years. And I've gone through different, like, just pictures, like everything is there for a reason. Like when you opened up the website and you see the cigars, when you see the cigar light lit, I want you to kind of feel, whether you've never smoked a cigar, I want you to feel comfortable.
Savage.
That's why, when you look at some of my pictures, I make it a point to have the cases, my accessories with me, so that when somebody sees it, they see themselves. They say, okay, I can kind of see the parameters, the size parameters, how it would look. A majority of my pictures I take open, so they see how many cigars it has, how it looks with the cutter, with the lighter. I want them to feel comfortable. So I want it where you don't feel overwhelmed, especially if you're new to the cigar world.
Yeah, I see that, and you want to have that piece, but you want to have the you want to deliver a piece. It seems like, but you want to deliver it at a high elegance of a presence, so people can feel comfortable, and that seems to be, I guess, the norm there. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to feel underwhelmed. I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. I want you to feel comfortable. I want, it's funny because I guess people feel comfortable. I talk to people every day, literally on, social media. They'll ask me, the biggest question I get asked are, what are my favorite cigars? And I get a lot of people that have never smoked a cigar. Like they'll say, hey, my friends want to invite me, want to take me out to a cigar. What's the first thing I should do? And I tell them, don't inhale. The cigar is
that the most common mistake you're finding, is when people inhale, so to speak, or?
Yes. Let's say some people have old habits, if you know what I mean. So I tell them to break out of those habits. But no, the two questions I get is, hey, is this, what, when people ask me, like, what cigars do I like? And then they'll say, well, what should I try out first? I'd say to them, try a medium body, things of that nature, or even try what's they call a house blend. It's the unwrapped. It's the lounge's version. It's their cigar that has no wrapper. Try that. That way it'll get you started. The next biggest question is, what should I drink? For me, it's coffee. I love coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. I can drink, coffee every day with my cigars. But that's just me. I'm not much of a liquor drinker. But if I do, I would recommend a nice whiskey.
Yeah, I noticed that some people I've noticed, if I may chime in, there are people that are kind of blending the cigar industry with the coffee industry. I guess it goes well, right? I mean, I don't know.
It goes perfectly.
I've seen that in some cigar places here. Yeah,
it doesn't overwhelm. Once you get used to cigars, your palate, cigars. I always tell people, try and not drink flavored coffee. If you like black coffee, that's great. Or if you like coffee with, like oat milk or something like that, but try and not drink the flavored coffee because it takes away from the taste of the cigar. And like I said before, nothing beats water. You drink water, it's perfect. It's the best.
Yeah, I noticed that they're you know you get some of the most frequent asked questions that you're kind of going into right now. Something here which is important. How long is the delivery period for most of these products that people can find on the website?
2 weeks.
Wow,
My
2 weeks.
biggest,
And anywhere?
yeah.
Like, is that just in the nation or is that on an international scale too?
I've had the longest I've had a delivery happen was like 3 weeks. Generally, my biggest time of sales are Thanksgiving is between October and January. Generally, when somebody purchases something, it's normally 2 weeks. Let's say if it's a custom order, so like one of the Artisan, which is the my largest case, where you can put your name or initial. That's going to take you generally 2 weeks. What I've done is I have some of my stuff at home or in my office. So if I have like, let's say somebody wants to purchase the aficionado, I have some at my home, I have some in my office. So once you make the order, it's nothing for me to just, gift wrap it, put it in the mail, and you'll get it within 3 to 5 days.
Wow.
Artisan,
that's a fast turnaround. 2 to 3 weeks. Wow. And that works both domestic and international. I'm seeing that on your website. That's a fast turnaround. Wow. That's good stuff. Yeah.
3 weeks. Yeah. 3 weeks has been, it's only happened a few times, but 3 weeks is generally during the holidays. Cause my biggest points of sale have been during the holidays, Christmas and Thanksgiving actually. And what's funny is, from March of this year to the present, I've had big orders of my cases as wedding gifts.
Oh, wow.
The first time it happened, a guy said, "Hey, I'm getting married. I want to purchase some of your humidors for wedding gifts for my groomsmen." And I was like, "Wow, that's let's do it." And I've had 4 more times. Just actually last week, I did an order. A female did it for her bridesmaids who all smoke cigars, so it kind of works out. And all of them, with their own names. Some of them had different colors, but they all had their names and nicknames, and it was great. So I just put the order in. So I should be receiving it. They should be receiving it by next week.
Wow, is that something that you're getting into with the with the wedding stuff? Like, are you trying to kind of push that in a way for that direction or not?
It's just what I'll do is sometimes I'll post an advertisement and mention that, hey, it's the perfect wedding gift, the perfect for the for your bachelor party or bachelorette party, and it's caught up. So
I mean, it would look nice, like you said, as a gift, to put on the reception table, even on the groom side, right? Put that little case there, because you'd be surprised, when they're smoking that cigar right there in the reception. Sometimes the people. The party of the groom and all that, and they like to have like maybe a little case next to them. So it does sell in that aspect. Now I want to talk about there's a newsletter I noticed where you say, stay in the cigar circle, subscribe to our newsletter. If people subscribe, what can they expect in the newsletter?
Well, I send them, like what I do is say for my clients that, I'll send them updates on where I'm going, what I'm doing. Next week, I'm doing a pop-up shop for some of my cases in Harlem. Let some of my people that sign up know about it. I've always done is say for my clients that have purchased maybe once or twice, I'll send them a discount link. I also do I'll definitely send discount links, say for like the NYPD or FDNY, because one thing is, cigars is one of the best conversation starters. Even if you don't smoke, I've never gotten like a dirty look. They'll laugh and say, no, I don't smoke. But, when somebody, I've walked up to, policemen or firemen and say, hey, you smoke cigars? And they say, yeah. Or, they'll say no. If they say yes, I'll say, look, here's my QR code. If you see anything you like, let me know. I'll send you a discount link. You can send it to your fellow officers or your fellow firemen. No problem. And I've gotten a few from that. And, just a way of, building camaraderie because, listen, if something happens and they see me at a later time, I'd like to know that they'd say, hey, this guy's a, good guy and stuff like that. And,
Yeah. 1 second. I got to get a plug in. Guys, you're listening to Frederick Brown, which runs a tremendous cigar accessory outlet called SARELIX. That can be found on the SARELIXcigarstore.com. All the information, if you guys go over to that website, can be found there. Great stuff as we're kind of going along with some of the accessories that can be found on there. His ebook that he had wrote, which is available on that website. You can purchase it through there. As well as many great products on there, including a newsletter. If you missed all the information, guys, don't worry. We'll put in the show notes for some of my audio listeners, and including Rumble X here and Vimeo that will be in the show notes as well with that description. For Frederick, I keep on saying Frederick. I'm sorry, my pronunciation sucks.
I've heard worse.
Yeah. So, like, what's next for you? I see you got the ebook. Are you going to go into that approach with writing books at all, or are you just sticking with the ebook?
I'm actually working on a second one.
Okay.
Like a second version. Can
you tell us what it's going to be about, or is it still in post-production?
A little of the same. I guess I'm going to add some stuff to it. I'm going to add my personal experiences. I think I'm going to do one more for my time as having the business, being in the business. I have a lot of very, very funny stories, a lot of not so funny stories. Nothing bad, or just I guess sometimes when you're doing something good. And I've always been told, and I'm sure you have experienced it. If you're doing something right,
times,
you're doing something right, and you get people that are that you don't know, have no idea who you are, and they just have disdainful comments, or they just have comments that are just completely off the kilter. You're doing something right, and I would say, I've come across other business owners who sell and have asked me, just kind of questions that are just kind of tacky. Like, where do you get your stuff from? Like, why would I tell you that? And, I try to be nice. I try to be very cordial, because I always say, no matter what, you might be my next customer. So I treat everyone with respect.
Why would they say, where do you get your stuff from? That doesn't make, like, do they say it in a nasty way, that doesn't make? Yeah.
Well, it's the reaction afterwards.
Okay.
Maybe like about a month ago, was an individual that they were talking about wanting to start their own business. They saw what I did and they liked my stuff, and they asked me, "Well, where do you get your stuff from?" And I was like, "Well, realistically, I can't tell you that." I said, "What I can tell you though is, do your research before you sign it, before you sign up any LLC papers, before you start advertising that you're doing this, do your research." I would look at my stuff, look at other companies, look at Amazon, look what they have, and then go out, look online for stuff that you don't see on Amazon, that you don't see on these other sites. And then pick those. Talk to the vendors. Ask them, hey, can I get a free one? Or if you have to pay for it, pay for it. check it out. You know, check out everything that you put on your site. Before you put it on your site, make sure you have a physical form of it, so you could take a look at it, see what you like, see what you don't like. Because I've gotten cases that I thought were amazing, and then once I got it, I was like, wow, the quality is horrible. Like, I can't have this because this represents me. And you know, you get a few people that are, you know, rude, but you know, overall that comes with the territory, I guess. I guess I'm doing something right, so I'm not going to argue.
Yeah, you're doing something right, but I mean, people do have that, you know, they do have that opportunity, and they have somewhat of a right to kind of question where the products come from in a way and in a sense, because they want to make sure that the products are full of quality, that your promise is backed by some of these products. And I mean, you know, as a consumer, they're not consumers. They have that right.
Let me backtrack. The people that have asked me where I got my stuff from were trying to open up their own business, like myself.
Oh,
so why would I tell you? You know, why would I tell you where I'm getting my stuff from, so that you can have the same thing as me? You know, part of my
so they're doing it to so let me rephrase that. You know, they're doing it to sort of attack you in a way, but they're trying to do it in a competition type of scenario.
Yes, they want. They want what I want. They want the same thing I have. Yeah,
that's like, bad business. I don't agree with.
Yeah. That's like someone asking you, "Hey, can I get the number to your sponsors?" You know, like, you know, I mean,
I'm not going to give you the number to my sponsors. You can go find out for yourself. You know, shit.
Yeah, you know, so that's how I look at it. But for the most part, it's been
savage.
I've gotten a lot of great, you know, people have told me, you know, people have purchased and they say, hey, I got this for my dad, and I got this for my mother, I got this for my family members. When people, when I walk into a cigar lounge, people ask me, they love my stuff. And I think that's one thing is like, I'm not, you know, I'm at that age where I don't do the clubs. You know, I'm married, I have kids. So I don't do the clubs. So my club is the cigar lounge. So when I come in, I like having something that nobody else has. I like, you know, it's nice to when somebody say, hey man, I love your stuff. Oh, thank you. I sell them. And then great conversation. And, you know, so you can never go wrong.
Yeah. You can never go wrong. You know, I see the goals. I see the ideas in you, for Derek, but you know, I also see that the goal is to make sure all of the SARELIX cigar store customers have a great experience with us and are extremely happy and satisfied, with their purchases. I see that right on the bottom about us, and I love that little heading on the bottom. You know, I also want to say thank you for coming on the show today and sharing to some of, you know, your interest and some of your passions behind the cigar and the accessory world of cigars to my listeners. And if they want to find out more, as we were plugging in some of the things on the website, is there any other outlets or plugs that you'd like to insert here on the show, sir, so some of the listeners can find out more about you?
I'm at you could reach me on Instagram at SARELIX, SARELIX cigars, or just go to the website, theSarelixCigarStore.com. And listen, if you contact me and you let me know that you heard of me from the Savaged Unfiltered, I will send you a custom discount link for the purchase of any of my products.
There you go. Wow, you heard it, guys. You know, if you're listening to the episode, you heard it from the man himself here saying this. Well, thank you very much, guys. Well, you know, thank you for coming on the show, and I appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, thank you, and I just want to let everybody know we were supposed to have this about 2 weeks ago, and I was just having so many complications, and you were extremely, you know, patient with me, and I apologize. It's not the norm, and thank you for just, you know, rescheduling it. And I had a really great time, and I really appreciate this time.
Well, I appreciate you for coming on. And guys, check them out today. SARELIX Accessories, and based out of Brooklyn, New York. Appreciate that. Take it easy and keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
I will. Thank you.
All righty. All right. You just heard Frederick Brown, the managing director behind this amazing cigar umbrella. Amazing, guys. Check them out today. SARELIX Accessories out of Brooklyn, New York. Appreciate the hell out of this guy. Wow. Interesting stuff.